Hello Memecoin degenerates and welcome back to Memecoin Academy. On today's episode, I'm going to show you how to make thousands of dollars daily with the EMA Cross Strategy. If you like what you see today, please hit the like and subscribe button, make a comment and follow our channel for more videos. So today we are going to be on Dex Screener and we're going to be looking at several different tokens, mostly on the Solana chain, but we're also going to be looking at one on the Neutron chain. And today's strategy is going to be involving the exponential moving average and also the on balance volume indicators. And we're going to be using them together in conjunction to show you how you can find entries and when you should be exiting these tokens to protect your capital and also make huge gains. Okay, so first of all, what is the exponential moving average? Well, the exponential moving average, or the EMA as it's known, is a weighted moving average that measures a trend, both bullish and bearish, okay, of a particular financial asset over a given period of time. So the EMA is used in trading to determine whether the price of a security is going up or down, right? And it can help to forecast future price direction. So it's very, very handy, okay? So, and there's a fundamental difference between the EMA and the SMA, or the simple moving average. So using the EMA in trading means that the EMA adapts more quickly to changes in price action, which gives it an advantage over the simple moving average, as more weight is given to the recent price data and less weight to that data which occurred earlier in the trading day, okay? So this makes it more sensitive to any change in price data, and then in theory makes the EMA better for understanding in which direction the price may head. Okay, so that's basically what the EMA is. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to look at a few tokens that I've already put in my watch list, and I'm going to start by looking at tokens that have been released just recently. Okay, because this exponential moving average strategy can be used on all time frames. Okay, we can use it on from low time frames to higher time frames. So what you can see here is I've got tokens that have all various different ages of how old they are. Okay, we're going from 7 hours old up to 2 months. So, and I'm going to show you how you can use the EMA Cross Strategy on these tokens. Okay. So let's get started. Okay, first of all, we're going to look at Sund. Okay, and this is one that's on the Tron chain. Okay, and this is one of our earliest ones we're looking at. So we'll open that up, and here we have Tron. We'll get rid of this, and as you can see here, I have this orange line and this green line, and these little crosses here, right? So this here is what's called the EMA Cross indicator on Dex Screener. So with the limited indicators and strategies we have on Dex Screener, we can use several of them and to give us great advantages in this market on meme coins. So what I want you to do is I want you to open up the indicators tab and type in EMA Cross, as you can see, and it will come up here. There it is there. And if you want to favorite this, you can just go across to the star on the left and click it, okay? And as you can see, once it's in orange, well then you can favorite it. So whenever you click this, it'll come up and there's the EMA Cross. The other thing I want you to do is utilize the on balance volume, which we'll go to in a second, okay? But so this is Sund, okay? And it's been going for 7 hours, about 7 hours, nearly 8. And what I want you to see is this orange line here and this green line. So what we have is the 9 EMA, which is the orange line, which is our faster moving line. And then we have our green line, which is the 26 EMA, which is a slower moving average, okay? And as you can see, when the orange line crosses above the green line, we have this little blue cross here, okay? And as we go up, we're finding support on it. Then we start to sort of, price action goes sideways. And as you can see, when the orange line crosses back through the green line, well, we have another blue cross come up here. So this is what we're focusing on today, is these crosses, right? These are very important, okay? And these are what's going to give us the edge in our trading strategy, okay? So for your earlier tokens, the ones that haven't been trading for too long, you want to be looking at this for these crosses on smaller time frames, on lower time frames. So that's your 3 minute, your 5 minute, your 15-minute time frames. Because if you start trying to look at these tokens on anything higher than that, well, you're not going to be able to see these crosses because there isn't going to be enough data. Okay. And what we need for this strategy is we need time and price to play out to give us the data, to give us the ability to see these lines play out and make the crosses that they need to make to give us our indication of when to enter and when to exit. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to put on this chart is the on balance volume. Okay. So we'll go back to indicators and strategies, and we'll, as you can see here, I've got the on balance volume already highlighted. So I'll add that down below, and there it is down the bottom. So what we're going to do for this one, we're going to start on a 3 minute. I'm currently on a 5 minute time frame. And as you can see here, when we scroll in, we're on a 3 minute time frame, right? So this is super early, okay? But I want to show you how you can find these tokens and get in real early, okay? So once this token started, basically the moving averages hadn't started yet. There wasn't enough data, as it's a lagging indicator, for it to give us its data, okay? So as we move along, we have a bit of a pump early on and then a dump. And as we can see, as the time goes along, these indicators start, right? Here you can see a cross down, right? So that's our first cross down, which at the moment is irrelevant to us because we haven't utilized this strategy for ready trading. But if we move across, one thing you can see here is that as the cross happens here and the 9 moving average moves down, we have a cross here, and you can see it right here. This blue one right here, it's just hiding just behind this green candle here. So what you can notice there is we've had a cross on greater volume, okay? So this is what you want to be looking for. You want to be looking for an increase in volume, okay? Increase in volume, like that, on a cross to give us our entry. And that is our entry trigger right there, okay? Obviously, we want to use these in conjunction with our other tools and indicators like our Fibonacci retracements, our fixed range volume profiles, our support and resistance levels, etc., etc. But for just today, I'm just going to show you the power of the EMA cross and the volume combined to give you your entry and exits. So right there is our entry. All you have to do is have patience, wait for the cross on your increasing volume, and this thing has gone to the moon, right? Look how simple that is. Now, if we go to a 5 minute, it'll even show us a cross on a little bit of a higher time frame, but up here, okay? So this was another point for an entry on, once again, this increasing volume here, which is our confirmation for our entry, okay? So let's just say, for argument's sake, we took, let's go back to the 3 minute, and we took our trade at this cross down here, this one here. Now let's see if we had have entered that, combining that with that on balance volume, how much percentage gains we would have made. Well, if we take it from there to that cross, right, up, I'm going to drag it up a bit more. Okay, we haven't had another cross yet. Keep going, keep going. There we go. Just from this strategy alone, just waiting for this cross to occur on increasing volume, you could have made 1800% on your money. Okay. Now, that's this token at this stage had only been going for five hours, right? And you've made 1800% by just looking at this cross and just combining it with your volume. You can see it clearly here with the candles. Look at the increase. Super simple, right? So once we've taken our, once you've gotten your 1800%, well, the next question is, how do I know when to take profits? How do I know if this is going to keep going further or not? Well, it's pretty simple and it's laid out for you already. Okay. Now, as price is going sideways up here, we can see that the orange line is above and then it's come down and crossed, right? And right there is your indication to take profits or exit the trade. Could this price come back up and cross again and keep going? Absolutely. Not saying it won't. But this is giving you a heads up of when you should be exiting the token. And look what happened after that. Price starts to head down. So combining this with the decrease in volume, okay, this is your indication of when you want to take profits and when you want to get out of the token. The same strategy works for the way up as on the way down. You want to buy on a cross up on increasing volume. You want to sell on a cross down on decreasing volume. And that's all there is to it. Okay. So we'll look at the next one. So the next one we're looking at is John, and John is on the Solana chain. Now this one we are going to be looking at this on the 15-minute time frame. So John's been going for about 23.5 hours. Okay. And what I want you to see here is John has had several crosses, okay? But what I want you to notice in this initial stage is this one here, right? So the longer the token's been going for, the higher the time frame you want to be looking at these, right? Because the more significant it's going to be, these crosses on a higher time frame, the longer it's been going for. And it's the same with something that's just started trading, right? It'd be more significant crosses on a lower time frame because of the data and the amount of data that's available. So for this one, 23.5 hours old, we scroll in, we put our on balance volume again. And what do we see here? We see price just tracking along. And then as we get to here, we see this cross right here, right? Simple little cross right there. That is your indication for an entry on your increasing volume down the bottom here. As volume's going up and as the cross occurs, this is your signal for an entry, okay? Very simple stuff. And how much does price gain here? Well, let's put our price volume tool on. There's another 350+% right there. You've tripled your money, nearly quadrupled your money just from following this trade, this indicator, okay? Now on this one doesn't show us across where to take profits, okay? But as you know, this has only been going for a certain period of time, we can go back down to 5 minutes and have a look and see if anything comes up. Well, there we go. We have a cross here, which a couple of crosses here, one down and one up. This could have been an entry here. But as you can see here, we've had a cross on a lower time frame again, further down. So this would be an indication, okay, it's time to get out, right? And if you say didn't take profits up here, right, and you waited for a cross, like say here, well, our price range, we'll put that on. Let's just say you took your profits there. you've still made 200% on your money because you've been conservative and you've waited for the crosses. You've waited for this EMA cross indicator to tell you when you should be getting in and when you should be getting out. And it's so easy. There's really not much else thought to be put in it besides looking at your volume and combining it with the volume. Okay, so that's John. Now we're going to look at another one that's a bit older called Reddit Dog. Okay, and this is Reddit Dog here. So as we're going up in time here, we're going up in time frames. So this one's been going for about 3.5 days roughly, let's say. And on Reddit Dog, we're going to be focusing on the 30-minute chart. Okay, so here we are on the 30-minute chart. And we're going to be putting, once again, the OBV on, which loves to disappear. And here we are again. Okay, now look at this one. EMA Cross. Going sideways for a little period of time. And right here, we have this cross. Right here. EMA. Look at that. Boom. And if we look at our volume, what does volume do here? Well, it spikes. It spikes right up. Okay. There's your trigger for an entry. Right there. Look at it. So easy. Okay. Now let's have a look and see how many percentage gains we get here. So we'll go price range tool again. We'll take it from this cross up the top. You've just made another 500% just following that strategy. Okay. And let's say, for argument's sake, you waited, right? You didn't know where to take profits and you waited for the cross down. And as you can see here, we have a cross down on Reddit Dog right there. Okay. Now, if you want to take a more conservative approach and use these indicators, well, if we take it to there, that's nearly another 300% gain on your money, all by using this indicator coupled with an increase in volume there and a decrease in volume here to show you your exit point, entry point here, exit point here, 300%, all in the space of, and here's the kicker, 300%, what, in 1 day and 4 hours? That's easy money, right? Very simple to use and very effective. Okay, you could be watching, 10 tokens on your watch list using this strategy. Just think, in the time that we've looked at these tokens already, the percentage gains that can be made. Now, I'm not saying that this is flawless and it's going to work every single time, but the whole point about it is it gives you an edge on when to enter and when to exit, as long as you couple it with your volume, as long as you increase your probability of success by utilizing the on balance volume, the OBV, to basically confirm your entries and confirm your exits. Okay, very, very effective. So we'll look at another one. This one next is Kobe, and this one's we'll look at a high time frame. This has been going for about 9.5 days. Okay, so on Kobe, I want to look at the half an hour. Yeah, we can look at the half an hour, but I want to go up even further to a 1 hour. Okay, so we're on a 1 hour time frame here, and as you can see, we've gone. The data's is going for a bit longer here because these are 1 hour candles, right? So we could go back to a half an hour, but I just want to show you how effective this is also on a higher time frame on tokens that go longer. So as you can see here, price comes up, has a bit of a blow off top, right? Comes back down, and right here we can see a cross right there. The indicator is showing us, okay, there is our blue cross on our EMA. Okay, so this is on a 1 hour, right? Coupled with the increasing volume on our on balance volume. Look at that. This is confirming our entry. Okay, right there. That's where your entry is, right there. Okay? Volume's moving up. Really simple stuff. Now, even though this is on a 1 hour, and this is quite a conservative time frame to be looking at, well, let's just see if we took it from here, how much of a price gain we would have got. So we take it from this point here up to here. That's still a 170% move, okay, if you had have taken profits there. Even if we had have waited for this cross down here, you're still looking at 80%, okay? So let's go back and have a look at our next one, which is Billy. So Billy down here, which has been going for about 2 months and 4 days, okay? So on Billy, we're going up a higher time frame again, and we are looking at the 4 hour. So we'll bring up the on balance volume again. Here I have in favorites. And what you can see is we'll scroll in early into the piece into this token. And as data's playing out, as the tokens, this is on a 4 hour, right? Remember, 4 hour candles. So it's taking a lot longer to play out. We have a cross down. We haven't had a cross up yet. So we're looking at our second wave. Okay, so this is our first wave. We're looking at Billy to make a second wave. So what you can see here is as price comes down, we have the orange line getting closer to the slower moving green line, but it carries on further down, and then it finds its bottom here and then comes up. And as it comes up, what we can see again is once again increasing volume, right? And we have a cross right here on a 4 hour. Now, on a 4 hour time frame, this is a very solid confirmation, okay? We have increasing volume, right? As you can see, it's really, that's on a longer time frame, but just here you can see it tick up really, really simply there. See that? So right there is our entry, okay? Orange line crosses above the green, and off she goes, okay? Just combining these two. Now, on Billy, right, let's just see how much of a gain that is on a 4 hour, okay, up to this peak. So we'll take our price range tool, right? We'll take it from this cross here up to the high, right? That's 500% on your second wave, right? And if we take it to when the next cross down occurs, well, that's another 350%. That's just 350% you've made from here to here on a 4 hour chart, okay? And if we wanted to let this ride further, let's say you ignored this cross and you just wanted to let it ride and you've taken some profits on the way up, well, up to the peak here, there's 570%, Easy money, all because you looked at this token and you waited and you had patience, and patience is the key here because you want to use this indicator and you want to couple it with your volume. Once you see the cross, you need a confirmation of increasing volume, which on these 4 hour candles is harder to see here, and in general on any time frame is a lot harder to see on the candles down below here. But when you put your on balance volume on, it's a lot easier to see price and volume increase and decrease, right? Because it's one consistent line, okay? So once you combine these two, it is a super effective tool and a very easy way to make money in this very complicated meme coin space. So I want you to play around with that. Don't just go aping into these tokens, but pick a few of these tokens like I have today. Pick a few on all different time frames, right? And play around with the EMA Cross and the OBV and see how it works for you. And once you start figuring out how it works and you start noticing these crosses play out and picking your entry points, then start putting some capital on it, and see how it plays out for you, okay? Now, I really hope that helps your trading and that this was a very helpful strategy for you. And I'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for joining me.